part 3 MCQs of computer tomography. I have already done 2 sessions of computer tomography, that is part 1 and part 2. Those who have not yet watched, have a watch to those videos since it is a continuation of part 2. And I'll be sharing the link of part 1 and part 2 in my description box. So here we begins with 21 question that an accurate modern CT scanner is capable of spatial resolution of up to option A 10 line pairs per mm, that is LP per mm means line pairs per mm. Option B is 20 line pairs per mm. Option C is 10 line pairs per mm. And option D is 20 line pairs per centimeter. So the modern CT scanner is capable of a spatial resolution of up to, the answer is option D is 20 line pairs per centimeter. So let's see the explanation, that is what is meant by spatial resolution. Spatial resolution in CT is the ability to distinguish between object or structures that differ in density. So spatial resolution means what? It is to distinguish the structures with respect to its density. Moving on to the next question, question number 22. Contrast resolution in CT is option A better than conventional films, option B less than conventional films, option C same as conventional films, and option D is none of the above. The answer is option A better than conventional films. So let's see the explanation, what is meant by contrast resolution. Contrast resolution in radiology refers to the ability of an imaging modality to distinguish between differences in image intensity. So the differences in image intensity refers to as contrast resolution. The inherent contrast resolution of a digital image is given by the number of possible pixel values. We have already discussed about pixel, that is pixel means a picture element, and each pixel values corresponds to CT number, and all these pixel values will form a matrix and it results in a CT image. More about the CT number and the image, everything I have discussed in my previous video. I'll be sharing the link of that video also in my description box, so that you will get more idea about what is meant by CT number, pixel, voxel. Voxel is the volume element, and the window width, window level, all those things I have discussed in that video. And it is defined as the number of bytes per pixel value. So this is relates with the contrast resolution. So contrast resolution means what? It is the distinguish between the differences in image intensity. Moving on to the next question, question number 23. In CT, the reference material is option A water, option B air, option C bone, and option D is none of the above. The answer is option A water. So let's see the explanation. Water is the reference material for CT and it has an assigned value of 0. So the CT number for water is 0, and the tissue or the materials with attenuation or the density greater than water will be having positive CT number. So water is kept as a reference material for CT number, and those values which is above water will be positive and below water will be negative. So the positive CT number, for example, positive 1000 is for bone, whereas negative 1000 is for air, and for fat it is negative. All those comes under negative, and all the soft tissues will be coming under positive CT number. Moving on to the next question, question number 24. The ring artifact of the CT image are associated with which of the following tube detector relationship? Option A rotate nutate, option B rotate stationary, option C rotate rotate, and option D is transit rotate. Here the rotate stationary is the 4th generation CT, rotate rotate is the 3rd generation CT, transit rotate is the 1st and the 2nd generation CT. The modified version of the 3rd generation CT is the spiral CT. So here the answer is option C rotate rotate. So let's see the explanation. The ring artifacts are the concentric rings superimposed on a tomographic images. It occurs due to the miscalibration or failure of one or more detector element in the CT scanner. So the miscalibration of the detector will result in ring artifact. Moving on to the next question, question number 25. Pixel representing tissues with average attenuation coefficient greater than that of water have which of the types of values? Option A, extremely small, option B, positive, option C, negative, and option D is none of the above. As we discussed in the previous question, that water is the reference material and those all the attenuation values which is coming greater than water is of positive CT number. So the answer is option B, positive. Moving on to the next question, question number 26. The term projection when applied to CT refers to option A, speed of image acquisition, option B, a data set representing X-ray attenuation in the patient, option C, the size of the X-ray beam projected on the patient, option D is the mathematics of image reconstruction. The answer is option B, the data set representing X-ray attenuation in the patient. Moving on to the next question, question number 27. In a CT scan, increasing dash would reduce the dose to the patient, assuming all other parameters and variables are held constant. So, increasing what would reduce the dose of the patient? Option A, KVP. KVP means kilovolt peak. Option B, anatomical coverage. Option C is mAs, milliampere second. And option D is pitch. The answer is option D, pitch. So increasing the pitch would reduce the dose to the patient. So how? We will discuss more, see the explanation for the pitch. The term detector pitch is used and it is defined as the table distance travelled in one 360-degree gantry rotation divided by the beam collimation. As you all know, in spiral CT, the X-ray tube and the detector is rotating around the patient in 360 degree with the table moving. So, what is meant by pitch? The table distance travelled in one 360-degree gantry rotation divided by beam collimation. For example, if the table have travelled 5 mm in one rotation and the beam collimation was 5 mm, then the pitch is equal to 5 mm by 5 mm, which is equal to 1. Moving on to the next question, question number 28. Which of the following would improve spatial resolution? Option A, decrease the KVP. Option B, decrease the reconstruction field of view. Option C, increase the MAS. And option D is increase the slice thickness. The answer is option B, decrease the reconstruction field of view will improve the spatial resolution. We have already seen what is meant by spatial resolution. At the end also we will be once again discussing what is spatial resolution. So let's see the explanation. Spatial resolution at CT will depend on the following factors. That means the X-ray focal spot size, number of projection views per rotation of the X-ray tube, detector cell size and the reconstruction algorithm. By decreasing the reconstruction field of view would improve the spatial resolution. Moving on to the next question, question number 29. The ability to differentiate slight difference in density on an image is the definition of option A, contrast, option B, dose, option C, resolution, and option D is noise. The answer is option A, contrast. The ability to differentiate slight differences in density on an image is known as contrast. So today's class was more depends on the spatial resolution and contrast resolution. I will be explaining once again what is meant by spatial resolution and contrast resolution. So spatial resolution in radiology refers to the ability of an imaging system to differentiate between two nearby objects, means differentiating the structures is known as spatial resolution. In digital imaging, it depends on the size of the pixel used. Contrast resolution in radiology refers to the ability of the imaging modality to distinguish between the differences in image intensity. The differences in image intensity is known as contrast resolution. The inherent contrast resolution of a digital image is given by the number of possible pixel values, and it is defined as the number of bytes per pixel value. So with that, I am winding up today's session. Hope you all are clear with today's session. Stay tuned for my next update. Usually I used to upload my videos on Sunday. So stay tuned till next Sunday. And those who have any doubt or any other area to be included as MCQs, you can put as comment under this video, or you can personally contact me. My WhatsApp number as well as my email address will be given in my description box, so that if you need any study materials also, you can feel free to contact me. So until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and bye bye.